Hello everybody, this is Adam with the third video in our Heart Chakra Healing Camp, and we're going to go into alternative methods of healing your heart chakra without doing meditations, yoga poses, etc. This is including diet, affirmations, and then also different activities that you can do that will assist you in your journey to healing this chakra. Let's talk about the diet first. The diet is very much of the color, more so than anything, and then also there is a specific vitamin that has been, studies have shown from people who know infinitely more than I could ever with the chakras theory that could assist you in this. So, anything green, so kale, limes, green bell peppers, spinach, green apples, all of them can help. Anything that's natural for obvious reasons. So, put a garnish on there like oregano or whatever, and you should at least feel some sort of difference. But some people do start every morning with a dose of greens. So anything green, like a green smoothie or anything like that, is a great start to healing this chakra and a great way to start your morning because it's a natural cleanser. It's actually kind of neat. Warm soups. It replenishes your emotional stores and it helps you recover from difficult experiences. I've never had this before, ever. And also it promotes, recovery from illness, and the immune system is often at low capacity when this chakra is misaligned. So, people say have warm soups. I've never had that experience. Generally, I just have like an apple and call it a day. Or a salad. I'll usually do a salad for the most part. But then foods rich in vitamin C, such as oranges, strawberries, other fruits, is a great way. So that's why a lot of people like to start with a smoothie in the morning, because a lot of that is vitamin C rich. It's a great way to start out your morning to get your body back in shape after sleeping, and then also your heart chakra is somewhat healed because of it. There wasn't a whole lot as a part of diet on this one that during my research, but if you have any others that have assisted you in the dietary area, let us know in the description below. It's always good to hear what other people thought and how other people experience their heart chakra healing journey. Let's go into different activities that you can do, such as forest bathing. Forest bathing is exactly what it sounds like. It is going into the forest, walking around, and just being surrounded and engulfed by green. It started as a Japanese tradition. It's called forest bathing. If you do not live near a forest, you can go to a local park, a woodland, or a brushland and do the same thing. Full of greenery. If you can find a place that's full of greenery, even like a greenhouse that you have in your house, or a greenhouse that you know of, like a sanctuary, like a bug sanctuary, it's a great experience. But if you live in the city or with no nature around, like if you live in New York, get potted plants, put them indoors, and just sit near them. Really look at them, touch them, feel them. It's a great experience, and that's a really good way to kind of heal that chakra. Establish clear personal boundaries. Examine where in your life you are permitting others to overstep your boundaries. At what time do you say yes when you desperately want to say no? Which people in your life ask too much of you? In which areas of your life do you feel anxious and ungrounded? Develop the habit of drawing a line and respectfully letting people know where your limits are. Practice assertiveness and take care of yourself. So, this is something that we touched on before with the imbalance. You putting yourself above others. For me, I put this friend of mine over like my thing. I'm hypoglycemic. I have to eat, and I didn't eat for a long time and I was passing out. And her her stubbornness really affected that immensely, and also putting a lot of emotional baggage, guilting, and all of that. And I finally drew my foot in the sand. I'm like, you're done. That's it. Boom, gone. So herbs. So using the following herbs will assist you: rose, holy basil, heartthorn, nettle, hops, angelica. To open this chakra is a great way to do it. Obviously, use 100% organic, if at all possible. And if you're a tea drinker, recommend Buddha's tea. So I recommend using Buddha's tea. So it's a great one. Also, if you want to, this is a great tea that is infused with the essence of rose quartz. So it's a great tea to get. Practice empathy by asking what if. It can be easy for the mind to make rash conclusions about other people. Often these conclusions are judgmental, harsh, and unloving. The next time you find yourself feeling angry towards another person, ask the question, what if? For example, if someone is rude to you, ask, what if that person just lost their job? Or if you struggle to getting along with somebody, ask, what if that person's childhood traumatized them so much that they can't relate to others? Remember, there's always a story behind the behavior of others, which is, I think, a very good thing, and a lot of people need to think about that when communicating with each other. This is something that I sometimes people abuse it as well, and I think it's a great thing to understand the difference, and I think with a balanced and open heart chakra, you'll be able to tell that difference. Hug more. So hug people, hug your friends, hug your loved ones, hug your dog, I don't know. It's even if you hug yourself, it's an expression of love, and it's something that a lot of people need to do more of. Show self-love by giving the permission to feel. One of the greatest forms of violence we show towards ourselves is unknowingly is evolving our emotions. Our emotions are not made to be controlled, repressed, or shut out. They are expressions of our humanity, and we need to embrace that. Give yourself the permission to be unhappy, angry, sad, bored, jealous, and all emotions which you usually shun. Anchor yourself in your breath and allow these emotions to pass through you. So, it's okay for men to cry. It is okay for women to be angry. It is okay to do this, but just let it out. As soon as you feel that this energy has been exalted from your body, definitely do that and then let it pass. Allow yourself to receive love. Oftentimes we tend to ignore or downplay expressions of love from other people out of low self-esteem and fear. Instead of denying affection or compliments, experiment with accepting them generously. You might feel a little bit awkward at first, but this simple change in behavior can open up your heart more. So don't be afraid to do that. It's all right. It's okay to get love and attention, even if you don't feel like you deserve it, because you do. Somebody clearly does love you. Be thankful and show gratitude. It's unfortunate that we take so much for granted. One of the best heart chakra healing practices out there is simply to acknowledge all of the blessings you have. Simply sit there and look at or think of all of these things you love about your life. Silently say thank you to each one of them and say a prayer of gratitude if that feels appropriate. I do that all the time. The fact that I can communicate with people from around the world, and I have the computer, the technology, the know-how to do so. I live in an apartment with a roof over my head and a fridge full of food. I'm very grateful for that, and the ability to support myself through not only these videos, but my other works. I feel gratitude about that. And I think a lot of people need to understand that. Don't look at somebody and think of it as envious, like I really wish I want that. Look at what you have and be grateful for it. And a lot of people don't do that. Oh, I live in a shitty apartment. Well, there are people who live under bridges. There are people who have to go place to place because they don't have a roof over their head. I hate my job. At this point in time, with COVID-19 going around, be thankful that you have a job in the first place. Oh, my business isn't doing as good as I thought it was going to. Well, be thankful that your business is still keeping your head above water, you know? And I think a lot of people need to look at it that way. My kids are being very pretentious and uncaring. Well, at least there are parents who've lost their children. Be thankful that you can still hug, kiss, and tell your children you love them. You know? Do shadow work. Often when the heart chakra is closed, it means that we are storing a lot of dark energy within our subconscious minds. Your shadow self is the part of you where all of your rejection and denied personality traits, thoughts, feelings, habits, and social unacceptable ego parts are stored. When you start to access these locked away parts of you and embrace them, your heart immediately opens up a little bit more. And we will be going into shadow self and shadow work later. That's going to be our next series. We're going to be really diving big time deep into all of the affirmations, all of the studying, all of the different techniques such as shadow work. Because it is important, but it's really, really, really powerful, which is why you have to unlock the other chakras and do all of those things to get to this point. You have to be strong. Do a forgiveness ritual. Forgiveness starts with you first. In what ways have you mistreated yourself? Write a loving letter to yourself asking for forgiveness. And either burn it or keep it keep it someplace safe. And if you're holding on to resentment towards another person, try self-designed ritual that includes one of the elements: earth, fire, water, wind. For example, if you need to forgive your mother, try lighting a candle and saying a prayer such as, "Dear life, spirit, may my heart release resentment towards my mother. Amen." Then blow out the candle. There are some people who don't believe that these things work, and I understand that. I think there is a lot of power to specific rituals. Rituals have, depending on the context, a very deep energy or a very dark energy. And obviously you don't want resentment in your heart, so whatever you feel like would be a great thing to do is something that you can do there. There are a lot more that you can do. Do one kind thing a day, which is a great thing. Do volunteer work, laugh, hum, and just enjoy life. Really give your emotions in your heart a release, and it's a great thing. So a lot of great things that you can do there. Thank you all for listening to my rambling, and if you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe. And I really encourage you to check out the first link in the description below at keytoyourcrown.com. It is the #1 recommendation to understanding your chakras. It is free to sign up. It is a very, very deep video on the power of chakras and when they're awakened, what can happen. So I recommend doing that. Once again, that is 100% free, and follow us on social media. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.